Alright, so this might be hard to believe, but I've just got off the phone with Vinnie Mac himself, and he's only gone and given me the Smackdown GM job. And if you don't believe me, here's the phone call.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon here. I called to welcome you to the WWE. Before you start your new job as general manager, I wanted to make one thing very clear. This company was built on a desire to succeed. All challenges and opposition are taken head-on and conquered. Failure is not acceptable. As the new general manager, I expect the same from you. Be aware that your show, your ratings, and your decisions will be measured against the opposing general manager. At the end of the year, I will review both shows' current standings, and the general manager that has the largest fan base will receive the coveted General Manager of the Year award. The loser will be fired. Good luck.
So my first task is to draft a new roster for SmackDown. That also means that I've got to look after the money because I've only got 10 million to spend. Who should I get as the first pick of SmackDown? Well, the smartest thing to do is to go by popularity. So that would mean going for Shawn Michaels next. 1.5 million? Wow. I could get like 4 great Carlys for that price. I think I'm going to pass on the 1.5 million offer and go for the much smarter 3-month, $500,000 offer. I think for the second draft pick, I'm going to go for Rey Mysterio and make him like the face of the Cruiserweight division. I think a face of a division deserves a good contract, so let's go for 6 months, 900 grand. Alright, I think it's time to throw a big contract out there, and I know the perfect person who to choose. I'm going to give John Cena a huge 1-year contract. We're locking him up. He's staying SmackDown exclusive for 1 year. I think we should call up Shane McMahon because here comes the money. 1.4 million on John Cena's contract.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
I think I'm going to pick Edge next and secure him to a 6-month contract. So looking at who's left, it would only really make sense to either pick The Undertaker or Randy Orton next. And I don't really want to deal with Randy Orton scaring all my writers away, so I think I'm going to go with The Undertaker. I've already used 4.3 million, so I'm going to have to be careful with the next few picks. I think that's going to be it for 6-month contracts. I think it's going to be just 3-month contracts from now on. So yeah, let's get RVD on a 3-month contract. You know what, I can see good things coming from Bobby Lashley, so I'm actually going to do a 6-month contract. I think that's going to be it for 6-month contracts. I think it's going to be just 3-month contracts from now on. Yeah, I know, it didn't really last long, that did it? So giving that huge contract to Bobby Lashley has really decreased the money. There's only 4.4 million left and I want a full roster, so I'm going to have to be smart with my next contract offers. Let's get Kennedy on a 3-month offer, and let's get Carlito on a 3-month offer. I think I'm just going to get the entire Cruiserweight division on 3-month contracts next. So then Raw doesn't steal all my Cruiserweights and hold them hostage while I have no Cruiserweight division. So getting the rest of the Cruiserweights has put me down to about 1.7 million left. And I do need to have money to run the actual show, so maybe it's time to offer some 5-week contracts. Well, not the Big Show, because it's the Big Show. He needs a good 3-month contract. 5-week contracts after this one, though. Well, Kane as well. Kane needs a 3-month contract. 5 weeks after this one. Right, so I've just given Johnny Nitro a 3-month contract. This is why I shouldn't be handling the finances. No, Matt Hardy, you're not going to tempt me with this 3-month contract. 5-week contract for you. 5-week contract for the Great Khali too. Who should I pick as the 20th and final pick for SmackDown? I'll go with Mark Henry for this one. And at least it's only offering me a 5-week contract. So if my maths is correct, that means that we're running a SmackDown show with just 185k. Now that the draft is over, it's time to pick who are the heels and who are the faces on the roster. As is tradition, we've got to change Big Show about 40 times, so let me just do this quick. Let's get Lashley as a heel, Edge as a face, let's even get Cena as a heel. I'm thinking maybe changing RVD to a heel. Yeah, I'm going to change RVD to a heel as well. But other than that, I'm happy who's the heel and who's the face on the show. So I need to assign the champions for the show. First of all, let's get the Cruiserweight champion picked. I mean, it's got to be Rey Mysterio, so let's get Rey Mysterio as the Cruiserweight champion first of all. For the tag team champions, let's get Mark Henry and the Great Khali. They'll be the new monster tag team on SmackDown. As for the other champions, I'm going to leave them vacant and make it into like a storyline for each one. I'm at the GM desk now, and I just noticed that the show costs 50k to make. We're working with 130 grand only on this show. So you can expect a super budget first show for SmackDown. Oh damn, I forgot to say money for writers. I guess I'm going to have to write the show this week. I think Raw's going to win this week. Alright, let's use one of these promo spots for an extra bit of cash. And I think the other promo we should use to hype up the United States title match that we're going to do. Alright, let's get Bobby Lashley in there. Let's put him against... let's put him up against... Let's get him in there with Booker T. Let's get him in there with Booker T. That's a good choice. That's a good main event, that. Right, so I just remembered that you actually get some storylines for free for rivalries in GM mode. So the first rivalry I'm going to pick is going to be Shawn Michaels against John Cena. A heel John Cena, remember. The storyline type will be Jealous Friend. I think that will work well. I think Cena's a bit jealous that Shawn Michaels got drafted first. And if you're unfamiliar with GM mode, when you do a rivalry between two superstars, you have to keep booking them in matches, or at least do a promo between them. So we're going to get the first match done tonight, but we're not going to do it for the vacant title just yet. Let's get Rey Mysterio defending his Cruiserweight title tonight against Gregory Helms. Oh... Well, it looks like the Cruiserweight title is not going to be defended for a long time. Because other than Rey Mysterio, no other Cruiserweight has the minimum popularity needed. As the GM of SmackDown, I must admit that the Cruiserweight division investment was a mistake. Right, let's get Undertaker in a good match. Who should he face? I think it makes sense that his first match is against Kane. Maybe a potential rivalry there, we'll have to see. I think that's a good first week match for the Undertaker. Let's get the big guys in a tag team match. We'll get them against a random team of Carlito and Mr. Kennedy. We'll get them as a team. They are now a team. I'm going to get Edge against RVD. I ain't got a storyline for them, so I'll just make up a storyline right now. Let's say RVD stole Edge's sandwich backstage, and now Edge isn't too happy about it. And because of it, Edge has challenged RVD to a parking lot brawl. I think that's a great storyline. I mean, who likes the food being stolen? And RVD's the heel. He's a thief. He steals sandwiches. It's a perfect storyline. Great storytelling. Hire me, WWE. I am waiting for the phone call. Let's get this first ever SmackDown card under my control, locked down and confirmed. Let's see who wins. I'm not going to play any of the matches. I'm just going to simulate them and see who wins each match. So we've got Rey Mysterio winning, pretty obviously. The Great Khali and Mark Henry proving that they're the big dogs of the tag division. And Edge does not get any revenge for his stolen sandwich against RVD. And Kane gets a surprise win against The Undertaker. And John Cena picks up the first win in the rivalry against Shawn Michaels. Bobby Lashley wins it. Bobby Lashley has won the vacant championship. So I gotta say, I think I booked a very solid show for the first week of SmackDown. Let's see how it goes up against Raw. And Raw wins it with 180,000 new fans. To be honest, I expected more from Raw because that was a very budget first SmackDown that I put on. Raw got 4 stars and SmackDown put 3 stars. That's fair. That's pretty good. 3 stars is pretty good for a first show with a budget. So I'm also going to take the second job of being the newsreader. Here we go. And here is your WWE news report for the week. Title matches are always exciting, but there is something special about a title match where the championship changes hands. This was the case this past week as Bobby Lashley was crowned as the new United States champion. The SmackDown locker room must already be lining up for a title shot. Let's not forget that the ex-champion should have a rematch clause in their contract. Wait, why do they say there's a rematch clause for a vacant championship? Alright, somehow I've actually made it to week 2 without being fired, which also officially means I've lasted longer at this job than my last job. Yeah, that's not a joke, it's actually true. So first I'm going to check the results of last week and see which matches got what stars. Oh, it was actually 2.5 stars. Thanks for getting my hopes up, WWE. The first 2 matches did 2.5 stars, which is expected. Edge and RVD pulled in a great 3.5 stars. Undertaker and Kane pulled a disappointing 2.5 stars. Cena and Shawn Michaels pulled in 3.5 stars, a great start to the rivalry. And the main event pulled in a pretty disappointing 3 stars for a title match that was hyped up. Let's have a check and see what happened on Raw and why it got 4 stars. Well, they only got 3.5 stars, and it also looks like their matches did way less rating. I think GM mode is not liking SmackDown. And look at Raw doing all these special matches. TLC, Cage, Table. Whew. Their superstars are not going to be injury free for long. So that's the end of the first part of SmackDown vs Raw GM mode. In the next part I will finish the entire first month and actually have some storylines and money. Until then, make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it, and also subscribe with notifications turned on if you have not done so already. And I'll see you all on the next video.